I believe we are in an unprecedented mental health crisis. I believe narcissism is at the head of this crisis, and I believe the people who are most affected, not the only, are women. I honestly have been looking over this for a while, and I do not agree with all of these random diagnoses that people have, but if there is one thing that should be more diagnosed, if you're going that direction, it is narcissistic personality disorder, or just narcissism in general as a trait. It doesn't have to be a disorder. If you just have a narcissistic personality, I feel like this needs to be discussed, and I believe that women are so heavily undiagnosed with this issue. Now, if you look at the basic symptoms or the basic presentation, how it presents, in most of the writings about it, it shows more in men because there are more masculine traits that are presented through the basic NPD. So there's also a thing called vulnerable narcissistic personality disorder, VNPD, which actually presents more widely in women and is completely different from the normally understood NPD. And I really think that's why it's underdiagnosed. I really think that is an issue that many women are walking around with severe mental illnesses of all types, but VNPD seems to be a huge one. And what I'm seeing right now is these women, they're sitting there setting up their cameras, and now they're shaving their heads on camera in some sort of silent protest. Well, it's not silent. You're posting it online. And what does shaving your head have to do with protests? Like, I don't understand why you think shaving your head makes any difference to anybody in the world. That's not a protest. That's just like a fashion statement. It's like a septum piercing, which I do think some people do septum piercings and tattoos as some form of counterculture protest. I don't think everyone does, but many people do. Or the hair, like they're trying to do something, but like no one cares. Like they don't care. And these head shaving videos are just this peak. When you're watching it, what is wrong with you? You are so narcissistic that you really think this is doing something? And why are you filming it? What are you doing filming it? What is the point? What is the purpose? To what end? Ladies, to what end? Why? Why? It's dumb. It looks dumb and it is dumb. You can shave your head all you want, but I'm not going to look at you with a shaved head and think, oh, she's protesting something silently. No one is. And no one cares. I don't even get it. It's just the levels of narcissism is insane to me. This pendulum swing of what this narcissistic personality type, the vulnerable VNPD, presents as is, the violent outburst, the people who cannot stand anyone having a different view to them. They cannot stand authority figures. They cannot stand having any accountability, and when something tries to make them accountable, they lash out. When someone tries to go against what they're thinking or what they're saying, tries to give them boundaries, these people have very hard time dealing with boundaries. They do not understand consequences, and when people try to give them to them, they have violent outbursts. Does this sound like anyone you know? Yeah, it does. It sounds like everything I'm seeing on the news and in social media right now. I think it is widespread. It is a massive mental health crisis. And I think narcissistic personality disorder, vulnerable narcissistic personality disorder, should be more diagnosed. I think people should be dealing with their mental health issues. It comes with being unable to understand that you are not the center of the universe, being unable to have different points of view than anybody. And honestly, I think it can be perpetuated by these echo chambers that people are in. And it's perpetuated by needing all this external validation, and not just external validation that's like, hey, you go girl, but like they need people to agree with them, and they need people to say they agree with them, and they cannot exist or deal with if you don't agree with them. They have no confidence in themselves. It's a disorder. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. I'm pretty sure it's just underdiagnosed. This is what I think. I am obviously not a doctor, and I don't believe, like someone said, that me talking about NPD at any level just because I don't agree with therapy is contradictory. It's absolutely not. A lot of people can see that there's a mental health crisis, but not agree with therapy as the way to address it. You know, not agreeing with therapy and the psychiatry and just all the levels of psychology does not mean that I can't agree that there are very obvious mental health issues and symptoms. I just find that there's also an overdiagnosis of some things and over self-diagnosing and underdiagnosis of things that are actually really damaging and probably a real problem. So this is a smaller version of the video I wanted to make about this because I just haven't had time to really dig into it, but I'm seeing these videos and this is an issue. We are in a mental health crisis and we are watching it before our very eyeballs. We're seeing it on the news, we're seeing it on social media. No one's saying anything. These people, at minimum, are major narcissists. Whether or not it's a PD, a disorder or not, you know, that's alleged. I'm alleging that. That is not an actual fact. These are just things that I think. These are my opinions. But I really do think that VNPD is something that is wildly underdiagnosed, and it is just running rampant through our society right now. And I honestly am wondering what the cause of it is. Obviously, there's so much destabilization, there's so much stress going on, and people are completely freaking out. It's insane. Like, honestly, if you are as affected as some of these people, especially these women, are, then I can understand why you might go into some spiral or disorder. I mean, I'm watching these women. Honestly, you feel bad. They seriously are disturbed. I don't think it's healthy, but I also think the news, the mass media, they're being lied to, and this is playing into this whole thing as well. And then they're in these echo chambers where every single person is a narcissist, and they're just wanting to get more and more validation from these same people. It's awful. And it's a problem. And I don't see it getting better. I just see it getting worse. I don't think that all of these anti-anxiety medications are helpful. And I also don't think self-medicating is helpful. I think we need purpose. I think we need hobbies. And I think we need connection and sound minds. And we need to stop fighting for things that we don't understand. We need to maybe get more informed rather than just emotional. You know, you get emotional about something, do some research, make that your hobby, learn about it, and then go and change laws about it. Otherwise, you're just freaking out and being emotional because you have this suppressed VNPD is just going to come out in rage and it's going to hurt people. And that's what we're seeing happening. That's what I think, allegedly.
Let's go.